Hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, let's take another one out. Oh, this one's faded. I don't know if you can read it. Can you read that? I can just read it in certain light. It says it's at George Street Cinemas, Greater Union. So these are in the days where there were 3 cinema complexes on George Street in Sydney. It says Fatal Instinct. It's in January 27, 1994. Fatal Instinct was another one of those really just silly movies that makes fun of other movies. You know, there's still some of those films around now, but obviously Fatal Attraction and Basic Instinct is what that title's based on. But yeah, obviously you need to know the stories of those other films to find out what this film was sending up. You know, I saw this because I liked comedy, and I liked Naked Gun 1 and 2, so I like just silly movies to laugh at. I don't really recall this being a particularly memorable film. I don't think it was particularly good. Otherwise I'd remember more. Anyway, I'm not going to give this a good rating, I don't think. I'm going to give it a 2 stars out of 5. Because it didn't have Leslie Nielsen in it, and I probably didn't laugh as much as what I would have liked to have. All right, shall we look at the next one? Hopefully it's not as faded as that last one. Can you read that? I don't know if you can read it. I can read it. It says The Good Son, and that was at the Roxy Cinemas in Parramatta on the 19th of February 1994. Oh, cool, it was only $4.50. Anyway, The Good Son I actually really liked. I liked that it had that child star Macaulay Culkin in it and Elijah Wood. I remember buying the tape when it came out on tape, on VHS, and watching it a few times. I like that kind of evil child genre, if there is such a genre as an evil child movie or whatever. So I don't know if you remember this film, but you know, he creates a dummy and pushes a dummy off this bridge and creates a huge car crash. He's ice skating with his sister, and he pushes his sister onto thin ice, and the sister nearly drowns and she falls through the thin ice. And he kills a dog as well with this kind of homemade shotgun. So there's quite a few disturbing aspects to it, but I remember just finding it really interesting. I don't think there wasn't been that many films about children being evil in that way, I suppose. So I thought that was intriguing. And I remember, I don't know if she remembers it, but I saw this film with Roberta, and writing something about it in my journal at school about this film. About the genre thriller and why it was a thriller. So yeah, obviously it had an impact on me. I did like it, and I've seen it quite a few times since. And I also really liked the soundtrack. The soundtrack was from Elmer Bernstein. And I bought the soundtrack, and I bought the book. Actually, I've got the book in my bookcase. So yeah, I did like this film. Obviously, it's not a perfect film. Looking at it from an adult's perspective, it's pretty flawed. but you know, when I watched it as a young person, I really appreciated it. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.